Hey, it's John, small-time bookseller. I am back because I managed to sell some books. So when I do that, I will come here, I'll tell you about them. We all have a good time. It's a hoot. And this is what I do. I make videos about the stuff that I sell, mostly books. I don't do any garage sale videos. I don't do any yard sale videos. I don't do any GoPros at the good old bands looking at mis manos enfundada en un vaporoso vestido de algodón azul turquesa. Nadie tiene tiempo para eso. No. I just tell you what books I sold. And I had quite a few because it's been a while, because I've been lazy, okay? You got me, okay? Got a problem with it? Well, I do have a problem with that, with laziness, but that's okay. Hey, actually a spring break last week, and I wanted to make a video last week, but everyone in the house was on spring break, so they're all staying up late, hanging around over there in the kitchen. So I couldn't come over here and make my video till it was really late, and then I was tired, and back to the laziness thing. So anyway, got a bunch of books. We have 27 sales, and we're going to get into it. But before we get into it, I got a question for you. I want you to take a look at this. So there you are, walking around the Goodwill bins, and you come across this guy, the big book of buttons. All right, you see this in the Goodwill bins. What you gonna do? You're gonna be like, oh, look at the big book of buttons. I gotta have it. It's mine, all mine. Or you're gonna be like, big book of buttons. Pass. Flip it over. So tell me what you would do if you saw that book. Is that one you would jump after or squish to the side? And I'll let you know at the end of the video a little bit more about that one. So right now we're going to, I think that's all the business I have to take care of, but we're going to get into the books. Are you ready? So first one, Understanding the Sociopath, that went $12.50 to California. Anything paranormal, that's not paranormal, was it abnormal psychology, that kind of thing, often sells, and so I always pick it up. This is Understanding the Sociopath. So you figure, man, if you have a sociopath you need to understand, you're going to want to at least get a book about it. So I'm supplying that service to the good folks of California. The next one, the exam review for Milady Standard Nail Technology, $32.50. That went to Wisconsin. It's kind of a study guide. Study guides always do well. Next we have India Hicks Island Style, $19 to Connecticut. This one I had up for quite a while. I had lots of views, lots of watchers. I'd sent out offers, and I just couldn't nail down the sale. And I finally did this time. So glad to get that one gone. The next one is a pretty good sale. This is Interpersonal Communication, $35 for this bad boy. And that went to New York. Okay, the next one, I'm going to rehash the last reference I did when I sold this book. It's the second time I've sold this book. And so I'm going to say the same thing I did last time. Survivor's Guide to USMLE Step 2 CK Edition 3 with 4 M's and a silent Q. $29.99. Also to California. Then we had the erudite and good people of Pennsylvania coming in with a couple books. We have Learn Dottie, $15. Dottie is like the Urdu version, the Afghani version of Urdu, so one of the languages spoken in Afghanistan. And then the next sale was also Pennsylvania and a Russian Bible. So look at them, Pennsylvanians being all multilingual. That's fantastic. A Russian Bible is $18. I don't know if I said that one. So then moving on, Essentia PTCB Exam Study Guide. $17 went to Michigan. Here's one. This thing sold so fast, and there's a lot for sale and lots sold. I'd never heard of the thing. I mean, there's a lot of things I haven't heard about, but this is one of them. The Knee Ability Zero Picture Guidebook. $25, also to California. apparently this is a thing, and I was surprised that it sold so quickly. Next one took a while. I'd had this one up for several months. Bios by Roberto Esposito, $20 to New York. Hitting both coasts a lot. California, New York, Pennsylvania, California. Okay, this is odd. I had the Electric Guitar Amplifier Handbook, $35. Went to Pennsylvania again. Pennsylvania, yeah. And then, like, literally 20 minutes later, for sure less than an hour, I sold this one, the Blue Book of Electric Guitars. Not to the same person. I'd had this Blue Book of Electric Guitars on my shelf for months. The Electric Guitar Amplifier Handbook I'd recently listed, probably within the last week or so, or week before it sold. And for both of those that came in back to back, I thought was odd. As soon as the second one came in, I was like, oh, guy bought another one. I combined shipping, sounds good. I looked it up. No, Blue Book's going to West Virginia for $15. So I thought that was odd. Still do. Next one we had, sorry, I keep broken the camera. The Comprehensive NCLEX RN Review, $25 to North Carolina, another coastal state. Then the Notebooks of Leonardo da Vinci, $10 to Arizona, not a coastal state. Life and Death Are Wearing Me Out. So this book, one of the first books I ever listed, when I was first decided to try and sell some things, I went through my bookshelf, found a book that I'd already read, and I didn't really have any connection to, didn't really like the book all that much, to be honest. But I listed it for like $25 and it sat there for about a year. And then when I had I had an idea that everything that's been for years was going to knock the price way down. So I put it down to $10. It sat there for months more. And actually I was planning to, as soon as I get access to my eBay room again, to take it off, to take it down and donate it. All the ones that have been over a year, I was going to do that. And it sold, $10. So that one went to, where'd you go? Life and Death Wore Me Out, $10 back to North Carolina. All right. Then we had Cobert's Manual of Drug Safety and Pharmacovigilance. So there's one. So none sold, a handful for listed on eBay in the $50, $60, $70 range. I had mine up for like $60, but none sold. And so I'd had it for quite a while. Finally, somebody offered me $29.92. I think we went back and forth a little bit before we came to that. And so because even though it was less than half of what all the listings were for, again, none had sold. And so I thought, well, maybe we're all just overpricing this thing. So I accepted it. $29.92 went to Illinois. Next one is another study guide, the Civil PE Practice Exam, $20, out to Alaska. Next one is another study guide, the TABE Test Study Guide, $15, went to New York. I did a little snooping, $5 million apartment. New York is a beautiful apartment. Oh my God, like the one next, he was like, I don't know what it was, like a, 15C or something. And 15D was like on Zillow with like lots of pictures, and oh my gosh, it was amazing. Here, this is a good one to look out for. So Project 369, there's lots of different components to this. I don't know exactly what it is, but there's lots of different books related to Project 369, and they sell. So I actually got two on this list. This is the first one, Project 369, The Key to the Universe. I mean, for $25, The Key to the Universe? Seriously? Yeah, I should have read it before I shipped it off. Now I'll never know. And that went to Colorado. Then the next one that sold was How to Take Smart Notes, $17. Back to California, man, that's California. Legal Aspects of Correction Management, $25.50. That went to Ohio. And then we had Healing Your Lost Inner Child, $13.30. Went to Arizona. This one was a 1963 paperback, so don't sleep on the old vintage paperbacks. A lot of them could sell. I've sold a lot of vintage paperbacks. I kind of even look for them now when especially I'm at the Goodwill bins or something, and you can just find a lot of them. They don't all sell, but you can lot them up if you don't care too much about profit margin, you know. But this one is pretty good. This was How to Buy Stocks, and it went $12 to Illinois. Then there was the Project 369 journal. This is a journal that goes along with it, not to the same buyer. This is $15, went to Georgia. All right, so now I've got 2 sales I want to talk a little bit about. The first one, I went on Virage sale app, and I purchased a lot of ephemera, big box, $15 for this large box of just ephemera. It was newspapers, vintage coloring books, comic books, lots of advertising, local advertising, a ton of stuff from Galveston, like a yearbook from the 1930s. There was advertising from the 20s, 30s, 40s, all kinds of stuff, calendars, just lots and lots of stuff. And so on the picture that she had on the listing, it had a Peanuts book and 2 or 3 comic books. So I figured right there I could probably get $15. The Peanuts book I'm going to keep because I collect all things Peanuts. But then the comic books, and I just taking a chance, hoping that there's more in there. So I got it, and I spread it all out over it was kind of fun. I got my parents over here. They loved looking through it too. And I made lots. There's a bunch of stuff from the 1968 Hemisphere in San Antonio. That was a lot. I had a Galveston lot, vintage coloring books, about 3 different lots of those. And then one of them, and there was a Chinese World, that's the Chinese World newspaper. It's completely in Chinese from August 9th, 1944. And it was printed out of San Francisco. Brittle as everything. I in the title of it, I put in brittle. And in the description, I said, I haven't even opened this thing because I'm afraid it's going to tear. So it's that brittle. And I sold it for $15 out to California. And so that paid for the box. So now anything else I sell out of there will be profit. So I bought that from a local reseller who has a YouTube channel. You should check her out. She does she finds a lot of interesting things. And her name is The Small Town Picker. I'm pretty sure. I'll look up that. Her name's Gail, and I'll check on that. Small Town Picker. But thanks to her and for that, and yeah, so I'm looking forward to selling some more stuff out of that box. It was a lot of fun to go through it. The next one, a few videos back, I mentioned that I found a Texas Rangers baseball program at Goodwill Bins. And it was in really good shape, and the reason I picked that one up is, one, it was in good shape. 2, the Rangers that year had a couple future Hall of Famers. Rafael Palomero was on the team, and Nolan Ryan was on the team. And some other good players were on there as well. And also at that time, George W. Bush was on the board of directors. So you opened up the board of directors and George Bush's pictures there. So you got George Bush, you got Nolan Ryan. It's in great shape, so I picked that one up thinking some value more than 33 cents, or if not, I'd keep it. Got home, opened it up, and there were 3 tickets to a baseball game in there. And I thought, well, that's cool. Whoever bought it, you know, they got it at the park, they put their tickets in. Did not think any significance to those at all. But I did decide to look up, I wonder what game they saw. So I looked it up. It was, well, I can't remember now, May 1st, maybe 1991, whenever it was. But it was Nolan Ryan's 7th no-hitter. That's the game that they saw. And there was 3 promotional Winn-Dixie promotional tickets. There are 3 seat tickets and a parking ticket. I don't know what kind of value it had. I tried to find some things. I saw some where the Winn-Dixie tickets were up for sale at different places. I put it up for $250. No idea if it was going to sell that much, and it didn't. But I did get an offer for $150, and I went in and just took it. I didn't want to lose a sale. And not really knowing what it's worth. If somebody else does, somebody wants it, if they can make a deal on it, that's great. I hope they did. I paid 33 cents for it. So I got $150 for the baseball tickets and that magazine. So pretty darn happy about that. And oh, I missed one more sale. Sorry, I was supposed to end with those two, and I just realized that I had this little line up here that goes to the top. I missed that. Catholic Sunday and Daily Mass Readings, $27.50 to the great state of Texas. All right, so that brings 27 sales, $684.21, an average of $25.34, which is a great average. I love anything more than 20 bucks, and this was over 25. So this was pretty good sales going here. I've also been selling some personal things for personal reasons, so get out of my room, man. But in case you just wanted to sell these things too, I'll go ahead and tell you, I'm not including these in my sales total because they're not book related. A Canon 7i with a lens, 55mm lens, and $595, and a Canon 6i, also with a lens, $375, and I have a 5i currently listed for $300, and a few lenses listed as well. I wanted to get a new camera, and I wanted to sell my old ones before I did, so I sold those two, and I thought that was close enough. Went in and got me a new camera. I got a Sony RX100 6, and it's fun. It's exciting. I like it. So anyways, that's what's been going on with me. Hope all's going well with y'all. And yeah, so I'm going to try to, I always say this every week, I'm going to try to do this more often. So I don't have 27 sales, but maybe 15. Make a little shorter video once a week. Last week, spring break. What are you going to do? You know, so try to get a little more often. Y'all take care, and I will catch you next time. Adios. Wrong side. You still there? Sorry. Hey, I forgot the most important thing. No. Back to the book. All right. If you were the type that would pick this one up, you chose wisely. This thing, so this was sitting in the Goodwill bins. I passed by it a couple times, and there were other booksellers there. Some of the kinds that just, you know, armloads of books into the shopping cart and go off in a corner by themselves and furiously scan and toss books into piles on the floor. And this one stayed there. So about the third time I passed by this bin that had this book in it, I picked it up. And I just started laughing to myself when I looked it up. So, listed copies of this, $600. Some more that included buttons with them. I think there's one in there for $800. So I'm thinking, yeah, there's a lot of crazy people in the world. We all know. So then I looked on the solds. There are sold comps of this for $350, $400, and $249. There's one that was listed at $365 that took a best offer, and there are two that sold at auction for $164 and $242. That's a lot of copies of what I'm thinking. For how's it go long? That goes back like 3 months, right? You just look on solds and eBay. So I put it up for, I don't remember now, $400, $385, something like that, with the best offer turned on. So if you see this one, pick it up. It's worth your time. So had to share that. Sorry I forgot to do it in the regular video. I hope I know how to attach two videos. We'll see. Again, adios.